Welcome back to the balcony garden. It's early September and I haven't really done much with this garden other than watering it over the last few weeks, months even. It's just, you just get distracted by other things. So I'm just glad most things are still okay. But today I'm on a mission to revive this garden, take out what's finished, maybe plant new things and just tidy up. It's amazing, even when you don't do much and you neglect these plants, they somehow survive. I guess that's what they're designed to do. They don't really need us most of the time. Some things haven't done so well. That you can see the lettuce here is gone, but that's to be expected. It bolted and I just couldn't keep up with it when the weather was warm, even as I was harvesting from it when I could. So the first thing that needs to be taken out is this lettuce, and I will plant some things for the autumn, maybe some mustard or rocket or something like that, or a brassica. This rosemary, I thought it would grow some more over the summer, but it really hasn't. I think its growth has been stunted. I still need to figure out why, but so yeah, that's that. The lavender continues to be a success year after year. I'm so impressed with this lavender, and I've been harvesting the flowers almost every day, and I put them in I make tea with them, but most of the time I just put them in. I make a flatbread every morning for my breakfast, so I added to that. It's a nice flavor. I used to get these 2 wasps who would come and harvest from this last year. This year I haven't seen those wasps. I think I saw one of them, at least one wasp, early on in spring when it was flowering, but I really haven't seen the wasps as consistently as I did last year. Hopefully next year they'll be back. I don't know if it will flower again, but this is one of my successes. The sage, I've had problems with it. You will see in my other videos. It's some sort of, I think, fungal issue or powdery mildew or something to do maybe with humidity because of the texture of the leaves. It just gets covered in this white stuff. It keeps growing, but it's just not a healthy plant, so I need to do something with it, maybe put it somewhere else. This basil is from a supermarket and has been fairly resistant, and it's growing, and I think it's flowering now. But as the summer ends, I think it will be fine until maybe end of October or November, so I'll keep it until then. Mint, as you can see, I need to cut this back completely because again the leaves appear but covered in this white stuff, and I have faith in this mint because it always grows back. It's just what's plaguing the leaves. Why are they always covered in this white stuff? I don't know, but I'll cut that back. This kale I got from a farm, and it's only like one stem, and it did have some bugs earlier, but now I cut it back. It keeps coming back. I've harvested from it a couple of times, and I guess it's going to do even more as the autumn progresses, because it's very, I think it's, well, it's so autumn, winter brassica, isn't it? So yeah, very happy with that. And the leeks, I think, are also just, the flowers have dried, but there seems to be some new growth, so I'll keep that. And the leaves, I saw a very interesting use for these dried flowers. I was at an event this weekend, just gone, and they were using the dried flowers and the stem as a paintbrush for kids. So it was an event where there was some lots of activity. It was a farm event, and they had an arts and crafts session for kids, and it was an event where they were really trying to minimize waste and not use plastic as much as they could. What they did was, for the painting, they used this. Oh, it's already fallen apart. Okay, I just picked it up, and yeah, I guess it's done. Okay, so the leeks they had at the farm were much more, the flower ball at the top was much bigger and rounder and bushier than mine, because it was growing in a forest essentially. So they used this as paintbrush, which I thought was very creative, and it worked really well. So that's giving me an idea for the future. Okay, I'll pick that up later. I've accidentally ended up with some cherry tomatoes. Again, I was given this by another farm I went to a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure how much life there is left, but I've already had one cherry tomato, and there's another one that's ripening somewhere. You can see, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So I'll be harvesting some tomatoes, I guess. I need to repot it. I have grown tomatoes here before, back in 2021. So I think if I transfer this to a bigger pot, I should, at least the ones that are, you can see these three, for example, hopefully will ripen. Another sage here that's plagued by that white stuff, so I'll cut that back. And lemon balm, again, good growth, most of the leaves covered in the white stuff. So I've definitely got some problem that's just spreading from one plant to another and covering everything. So I need to maybe create more airflow, more space. Maybe I've got too many plants here. So I think that's going to be one of my missions today. Try and create more airflow and space, and keep things apart, move things around. Another dead plant. Well, actually, this is after the lettuce, so only the second one. I don't have too many dead plants. So this was the sorry about the noise, there's a train going past. I'll let it pass. I was saying this is the coriander that's died back, but I'm hoping, again, it's a cool weather crop, so if I cut the top off, leave the roots, I'm hoping it will grow back, so I will do that. Same with the parsley next door. There's a little bit of green growth there, so I'm hopeful that will come back as we get cooler weather. My nasturtiums, again, they also died back, but thing about nasturtiums is they're always producing seeds, and I would just pick up, I would find the seeds and I would just put them in the soil and they just grow back. So all of these, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, both from seeds I just put back in the soil. They've grown back. The previous okay, so yeah, you can see, yeah, this is done. So, but again, they are one of the most resilient plants I have, and these are the variegated variety of nasturtiums, and they've kept the variegation, which I'm happy with. And I think they're not very good in hot weather. I noticed they started dying back when it got really hot over the summer. So just a clean up here and they'll be back. The plantain, the long leaf plantain, I've learned there are many varieties, the broadleaf, and I think there's a grass version of this as well. But I've been reading lots about how amazing and this plant is, and all the nutritional benefits, how it can be used for healing wounds and drawing out toxins if you've been bitten by something, how it can be used as plaster, and even as I think somebody was saying that it can help various skin conditions and for gut health as well, because it's got the mucilage. So I think I need to, and it seems to need lots of water. So I'm going to repot this, put it in a bigger pot, because it seems like a really good plant. It's considered a weed, unfortunately, but it's, you know, I put it in when I make smoothies. I put it in there. I have used it as a plaster when I got a cut, although I couldn't keep it on for long because it kept coming off. But yeah, I'm going to learn more about this plant and I really want to keep it, so I will repot this. Otherwise, these two, the sweet box, the two of them that I have, they're doing well as usual. You know, very low maintenance. They just need some watering. They seem to just attract dust. None of the other plants collect dust like these do, but I think I've said before that's probably why people use them as hedging, because I think they are very good dust traps to put outside windows and doors, and it doesn't seem to affect them that much. They still photosynthesize even when they are like covered. You can see, I mean, they look really dirty and I should clean them, but they just, I might take them to the bathroom and just wash them off. This is my thyme, and it's grown back a lot, lots of growth, but unfortunately again covered in this white stuff, so I don't feel like I can use any of it. So I think I'm gonna have to cut it back. Just my nettle is doing really well, just growing all over the place. I've been snipping from it and making tea, and I'll do the same today actually. It's growing in every single direction, seems very happy, and even flowering, just bursting through the balcony. So that's a plant that's doing well. So that's an overview of how the garden is looking in early September, and my plans are to tidy up and prepare for the change of season, and I'm very happy to be finally doing that, because I just haven't had time to do that, and I'm taking some time off work, like a mini sabbatical. So I am going to spend time working on my garden during that time. which I'm very pleased with. I'm going to be volunteering at local farms, 2 farms in and around London. So I'll be learning lots, and they'll probably give me more plants, which I really shouldn't bring back, but I probably will. But I'm very happy to have that time to do that and pursue this interest. Okay, so so this is the before section, and you will see the results once I'm done. And the sun came out, so I thought one last look at the fading summer garden before I take things out. The sun always makes things look better, even things that don't look so good. So it's hard saying goodbye even to dead plants. Yeah, something quite nostalgic about autumn. I guess it's because it's it marks an end, but also the beginning. But it's also the end of the growing season. It means that the days are getting shorter. The harvest is a bit less than it was. So, but it's also, autumn is also, I think people say it's a second spring. It's much easier to garden, especially for less experienced people like me. Autumn is just a lot more manageable. And most of my plants here, because they're selected for being shade tolerant, herbs and brassicas, I think most of them prefer the cooler season. So I think, especially this year, I'll have better luck over autumn than I did over summer, hopefully. Okay, I really need to stop now and just do what needs to be done. Otherwise, I'm not going to make much progress. I'm also planning to actually clean the balcony as well. There's lots of debris and dead leaves and possibly other things around the corners. I even need to clean the glass, really. So there's lots to do. It's funny, when I've been volunteering at other places, because I've been so busy doing that, but I neglected my own balcony. There's something ironic about that. So I have generally been actually doing a lot more gardening, farming even. Actually, it's more farming. It just hasn't been on my own garden, just been in other places. So I need to make up for that. Okay, see you on the other side. This is all the nettle that I took off, and I'm going to wash it and make nettle tea. I'll soak it overnight, then the color turns really dark, deep green, and I love nettle tea. And if you go to for example, normally I get nettle tea when I don't have it growing from Holland and Barrett's shop, and 20 bags of tea, of nettle tea, is about £2.50, maybe more now, could be £2.70, closer to £3. So, and this is something that grows all over the place. I think it just needs some nitrogen rich soil. So I'm going to make tea from this. Here's the tea. I stuffed that whole bunch of nettle into this long cup, and I added a little bit of lemon basil, which I'm drying. So I got these fresh 2 weeks ago from another farm, and I added it to this. This is really this is new to me, this lemon basil. I only discovered it when I went to that farm. It smells like lemon. It's got a, like the name suggests, it's lemon basil, so it's got flavors of both. And I've been adding it to salads and when I've been cooking other meals as well. It's a very tasty herb, and also you can add it to tea. It's very lemony, and I think it's stronger than, say, lemon balm in terms of its lemoniness, that's the word. And this, you can see I just stuffed the whole leaves into the mug. All of that goodness will soak in here, and I put a little bit of brown sugar, half a teaspoon, that's it, and I will soak this overnight and drink it tomorrow morning. Today is September 12th, and this is my harvest for today. This is the kale, and from here, this, just cut it from there. This is, I think, the third or fourth time I've harvested from just this one plant. And this is the leeks that were over here. Hopefully I've left some stubs and it will grow back. This is the long leaf, the narrow leaf plantain, which I'm going to use, add to my smoothie. And these are some dried lavender flowers, which I'm going to add to my flatbread. So I am going to add these all to my breakfast. So the leeks will be added to my eggs, the narrow leaf plantain and the kale will be smoothies, added to smoothies, and the lavender flowers will be added to the flatbread. So this is just one harvest as I continue on my mission to clear up this garden, tidy it up. There's still some work to be done. Last time I was here, I think it was last week, maybe Tuesday. So I have done some work, but still not quite finished. So to be continued. Today is September 15. The sun just came out. So I've done as much as I can of ripping out what wasn't doing so well and prepping the garden for autumn. I haven't done everything that I wanted to do, which is very frustrating, but anyway, I've done what I can for now. It took me days of stopping and starting to get to where I am today, and it's not even much, but the way it's been so slow, you would think I had acres I was managing here. But even such a small space just takes time, and when you have other things going on as well, it can be difficult to just focus on this. There's so much more I could have done, but anyway, never mind. So let me explain what I did so you can see the before and after. So this cherry tomato plant has displaced the lavender in terms of, you know, this corner here is the prime location on this balcony, the prime for getting direct sun, and I just wanted to give these tomatoes a chance to ripen. So it's in a much bigger planter with soil that I have been fertilizing for over a year. So if you've seen the other video I made on fertilizing, I think I've made 2 videos. This is soil I've been fertilizing since last year, finally being used. So tomatoes hopefully will ripen before the weather turns. So that's the biggest change you'll notice. And salads, lettuce ripped out but hasn't yet been replaced. Cleared out the onion bed, the alliums bed that had the leaks. So hopefully it's already started regrowing because I did that a couple of days ago. And the other big change is the mint. Cut it back completely, put some fresh soil on top and fresh mulch to see if that helps with the fungal issue I was having. Some new growth popping out already, so I expect to see the mint back. I've cut back the nettle. Same with the thyme, completely cut back, and it's already regrowing. Put a little bit of fresh mulch on top. Topped up the soil here on the sage, removed some of the badly affected leaves, again with the fungal issue, and it's looking a bit better already. These leaves look a lot healthier, and I've moved it as well, and it's now sitting on top of an upturned pot, just to increase the airflow in case that's the issue. And another big change is the longleaf plantain. I always get the name of this plant wrong. Is it longleaf? Narrowleaf. No, it's a narrowleaf plantain. I've put it in a much bigger pot, which I found one of my neighbors threw this away. So this is another recycled pot sitting on top of another container I'm reusing, and so very happy to discover this pot, and hopefully this will help my plantain. I've been adding it to juice and all sorts, and very happy to see the recovery in my nasturtiums. It's amazing how quickly these plants recovers. Just amazing difference. Just a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, this had almost gone, dried, and I think it was suffering from the heat. and there was almost nothing left. It's come back, so hopefully, and the leaves are much wider. So yeah, nasturtiums are one of my favorites, so very happy to see them back. And another big change is these two, the lemon balm, again completely cut back because of the fungal issue, topped up with fresh soil and fresh mulch. Same with the sage, and you can already see a little bit of growth. So this is the after, and as I said, I would have liked to do a lot more. I would have liked to do more cleaning and clean the glass as well, and just very disappointed with myself for not having done that. But yeah, for now this is what I can manage to do. And the problem also is I am going away in a couple of weeks, for a couple of weeks, so I can't be planting new things or putting in new seeds for now. So that's it. I'm just gonna sit here and admire my work. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do more next time. With this tomato plant, I've noticed it has lots of aerial roots, which is really interesting. And I was reading about why tomato plants have these, and I learned that because tomatoes are a vine, if this stem with all these roots touch the soil, it would root, and I'd get a new plant. So I guess it's a survival mechanism. You can see all along lots and lots of these aerial roots. So I thought that was very interesting. Another interesting thing about this tomato is I seem to be having, so this looks like two cherry tomatoes from this angle, but when you turn it, they are joined. I think this is called cat facing. So very pleased to be seeing that. I've seen that online, but I've never actually seen it in real life. So, and I didn't realize it happened with cherry tomatoes. I always thought it would happen with the bigger varieties, but yeah, seem to have cat facing going on here, which is all good. Thank you for watching. That's my update for now. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am a balcony gardener in London, UK. And if you're not new, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed this update. It's been almost 2 years, I think just over 2 years actually, since I started this balcony garden, and I'm really glad I stuck with it. Although it's only 2 years since I started doing this here, I've had an interest in growing food and farming for a while. It's farming is actually my side hustle for now. and hopefully it will become more of a full-time thing in the future. Not my own farm, but more a community farming effort using the workers' cooperative model. There's a few of those in on the edges of London, so that's partly why I've neglected this place. It's because I've been busy with that, volunteering in those spaces. But in the meantime, happy with this. So it's about to rain here now. Sun is gone. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.